Yo, it's your boy Manson for 410 again. Be more Maryland. All you haters just like Twitter, go ahead follow him, follow him. I follow him, I follow him. Manson for 410 again.
Yeah, it's your boy UTxDaProph3cy. Honestly, ain't no stopping me and on this Xbox or PS3 or Wii. Ain't nobody as hot as me. You know what I'm saying? I gotta throw that shit in there too. I was supposed to go to the club with him that night. I was like, all right, yo, I'm on my way. You know what I'm saying? And I was supposed to go to the club with him. Something ended up happening, and I didn't go to the club. And when I found out about what happened, the whole altercation that happened between him and some dude at the club, and that's how he got shot. And it's like, that's 2 times that in my life that something could have happened to me.
Yeah.
That, you know what I'm saying? I've been shot at before. Thankfully, I've never been hit. I've been shot at before by some vice lords. I don't know if y'all know, that's a gang. And it's just crazy that when you think about life, you gotta cherish everyone that's you around and everyone, because you never know. Like I was telling Manson, and we was actually just talking about this a little while ago. Let me explain something. I'm very cocky, because I'm the shit. I mean, just point blank. But the only reason why I'm so cocky isn't because I'm the best at everything. It's because I have this thing about me that doesn't allow me to feel like a second class dude. Mm-hmm. I feel like I don't feel like I'm individually better than you, for instance. We on the same level. But I'm never gonna let no one tell me that I'm not the shit. You can't walk up to me and say, you're nothing. You can't be, if you're a racist, for instance, you can't look at me like you're white and you're above and I'm a nigger, so I should, sit in my place. That's the reason why I have this attitude and cockiness about me, is the fact that I love trying to be the best at everything I could be. My grandmother always told me that if you don't try, you won't know. Mm-hmm. So why not try to be the best all the time? But so I was telling Manson a while ago, we was talking about our parents, and I was telling them about, me and my mom's situation. I'm 21, about to be 22 in August. My whole life has been, my mom has been, on drugs for a big portion of my life, probably my whole life, even before I was born. And she's had help before, and a lot of the reason why I am is because of my mom. I grew up in a nice, wasn't the projects, but it was a hood. It was a hood. It just wasn't the projects. Mm-hmm. And I've always said it's not about where you're from that makes you who you are. It's about what you learned or what you did where you from that makes you the man that you is. Mm-hmm. That's my philosophy. I could be from Iowa and still be a straight nigga and still be like, you'll never know the difference. And ever since I was a kid, me and my mom was really close. Like, cause I don't really talk to my dad like that. Who figures, another black dude that don't really know his dad. That's, almost common to today's society. But I was really close to my mom, and she, tried to do everything to provide for us. And the reason why a lot of people, for instance, a lot of people prefer Biggie over Tupac. And a lot of people say it's because of the lyrics, and it's not. The reason why I prefer Tupac over Biggie is because we live some of the same lifestyle.
All right.
His mom was Black Panthers, my mom wasn't, but his mom was a really big drug addict. Yeah. That's how my mom is. And so I related to Tupac when I was younger, and my mom has been in my life my whole life. But at the same time, I'll tell you that she hasn't been in my life the whole life. My mom will go 2 or 3 days when I'm 7 years old, and not have nobody with me. I'll be by myself in the house. You know, I had friends, yeah, but I'd be 7, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old by myself having to eat cereal for dinner because my mom's gone. I ain't have nobody. So a lot of the reasons why I build up such a stubbornness is because my mom, you know, has been on drugs on and off my whole entire life. You know, I don't want to get into a real, you know, deep shit, but that's the reason why I am is because of my mom and my father. You know, I can admit it. I'm black and I got a hell of an anger problem. And I don't blame that all on my mom. I blame a lot of that on my dad. I also blame a lot of it on my mom. You know, my brother, you know, 29 years old, older brother, he got locked up and sent to prison, 19 years old. So that was my rock, you know what I'm saying? Me and him, we didn't really get along that much, but he did what he was supposed to do. He was a big brother, you know, beat my ass all the time and try to prepare me for the world. You know, that's how I look at it as. He might have been whooping my ass just to whoop my ass, but I look at it as he was trying to prepare me not to be soft. And I always thank him for that. At the same time, I'm a grown-ass man now, and if I told him, you know, if I wanted to, I could whoop his ass at any given time. he admits it. You know, my brother's swole, and I mean, he 50 Cent swole, but, you know, I'll hit him in his arm, he'd be like, damn, that hurt, like, because he knows I'm big, you know, I'm 6'4", 280 plus pounds. I'm a gorilla out here. Like, he like 5'8". You know, but when I was younger, he was like 17 feet tall. Nigga. Like, he was the tallest nigga in the world when I was 5 and 6 years old. And it's just between him going out messing with his girls, living his life, and my mom going out. I grew up literally. I had to raise myself a lot of the times. You know, I had to raise myself on how to be a man. I never had no father figure tell me, this is what you do, this is how you do it. Birds and the bees conversation. I never had none of that shit. I had to straight up just go out and do it. I had to learn from experience.
What's good?
It's just crazy that these nowadays, you know, sex is everywhere. You know, I mean, back in our days, back in me and Mance's days, back in most of y'all days, it wasn't like, you know, booty popping like that on the radio or videos. It was like Tupac, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Twister, a few Jay-Z songs. I mean, Big Pimpin' was probably the biggest video back in the days with the most ass until Lil' Kim came out and started doing that with that Lollipop song or whatever. And it's like nowadays, Manson was saying he's shocked if, you know, if someone can go past being 12 without being a virgin.
Right.
I know a girl that's 14 years old. That, you know, had a baby.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? You're not physically capable. You should not be physically ready or mentally ready, for that matter, to have a baby. At that age, there's so much things can go wrong. And it's just like, school didn't really teach you about sex. I mean, they separated the boys and the girls and talked about a few things, but that wasn't like, you know, what they should have did is just gave every dude in the class a condom and gave every dude in the class a bitch to have sex with, and then straight up, there you go. Like, it should have hired like a stripper or something and said, look, this is what you do. You know, that'd have been real sexual education right there. Put me in a class with a female so I know what I'm doing, instead of here's a condom, go play with yourself. They tell you to do, go play with yourself. Go figure it out yourself.
Yeah, I lost my virginity at the age of 11, and like, I don't never forget that day. The chick I knew across the street and shit. And we was all on the porch, me and a couple of my homeboys, a couple of girls and shit, and we all was on there just doing the little pants rubbing that most young niggas did. Of course, I had to come out of my mouth with some slick ass shit. I was like, man, I'm tired of this pants rubbing shit. I want some real shit. And she was like, you for real? That thing, you know, she just pulled my pants down, hop on me. That's how you know. That's how it went. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I used to play hide and go get it.
I got my dick wet. You know,
I don't know if y'all ever knew what that was. Like, it was hide and go seek, but
yeah,
snake.
I ain't go freaking they called it. You know what I mean? And I never forget, like, cause my mother, she used to come outside and check on us a lot. And shit. We was on the porch, and I was so afraid my mother would come out there and catch us and all of that. I'm like, wow. I'll never forget that day though. I'm trying to think what's her name. I can't forget her name though.
I lost my virginity at 13, and it's crazy because the day that I lost my virginity was in the bushes behind my house, and my mom did the same exact, as your mom always checked me, so I was scared. Right afterwards, I wanted to feel like a real man. I didn't bust or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But afterwards, I try to feel like a real man. I seen in all the movies after you get done having sex, you gotta have a cigarette. So my friend came out, stole some of mom's cigarettes, and we were just sitting in the bushes lighting up cigarettes, smoking. And my mom came out and seen us, and boy, she beat the hell.
It's your boy Manson out. Give a shout out to all of these niggas.
Good boy, Prophet, aka SS Dark Avenger, aka The Problem, aka The People's Choice, AKAs, nigga. I'm just all over with you. I got a lot of names.
All right, boo, stay sexy.
That's what I'm trying to.
Manson.